colleagues for joining me, and thank you as well for singing along. Colleagues, as we move along the program, it's my distinct honor to introduce this segment, Greetings and Perspectives on the Theme. Today we are privileged to hear from distinguished representatives of international and regional educational organizations, National Education Association, National Association of School Masters Union of Women Teachers, and Caribbean Association of Principals of Public Secondary Schools. These organizations have worked collectively with the Caribbean Union of Teachers to advocate for teachers' rights, promote professional development, and champion equitable and innovative education policies across the globe. Their shared mission of advancing education and supporting educators aligns closely with the objectives of this conference. Their insights on our theme, the benchmark leveraging assessment and professional development for motivation and achievement, will inspire us to embrace new strategies and strengthen our collective efforts in education. Before speaking from Sister Nadine Malloy, representing Education International.
Thank you very much. Good morning to our General Secretary, our President of the CUT, all of the distinguished members from all of the youth, visitors, my brothers and sisters, some of whom I've known for a very long time. I greet you well this morning. I greet you well this morning. I am from deep rural Jamaica, up in the Blue Mountains. And every time you pass someone, you have to say good morning and good afternoon and how are you? And I never leave that behind me. So when I greet everyone, I expect that same. Can we do that again? Good morning. Wonderful. I want to thank you very, very much. Thank you in 2019 for that meeting in Montego Bay when I turned up and shared with people that some overtures were made, and I thought I would take it up and seek a position in an open seat on the Education International Executive Board. I must say that it's a bit of trepidation because you see, anytime I decide I'm going to do something, I always question, will I be able to make a difference? Am I just going to be one of or am I going to go in and do something that makes a difference? Am I going to, even though the open seat is not strictly speaking a Caribbean seat, am I going to be able to be a voice for the Caribbean that is effective? And all of you who are present gave me your support. Of course, I kind of went in on a quota, kind of. Why do I say kind of? That year, the decision was taken, well, the previous Congress, that at least 50% of the persons on the open seat should be women. And so I was wondering, will I make it on the quota or will I make it on my own right? Because the top 5 we were getting, it was, I think, about 14 or 15 persons running there. Yes. I made it number 5. I beat the quota, okay? I made it in my own right. Wilson Job, the late Wilson Job out of Trinidad. We had Brother Sinan from Trinidad as well, as the first person from Jamaica, and the first female. And so, I listened, I made sure I kept my ear to the ground, what was happening in the different units, and did the representation as best as I could. And then came what? COVID. And I think in a strange kind of way, COVID brought us closer together. We were online, we were seeing so many faces. For those who didn't want to turn on the cameras, we were seeing names. And before you knew it, many of us became household names in the union circles. And when we had that World Teachers Day broadcast, remember that, Trisha? We were doing a test run. Trisha in Garth in Jamaica, I in Jamaica, and somebody somewhere else was the other person. And technology, yes. And when we did the test run for a panel discussion, and we're not doing that again. It turned out to be one of the very good initiatives of that 24-hour World Teachers Day broadcast. The broadcast started in Asia and it ended in the Caribbean. We were in danger of losing our space because we were not responding as quickly as we should have responded. And they ended up saying we're going to get 15 minutes. And we jumped in and we said, no way. We are, we're one of the smallest groups in EI, but we want our voices to be heard. We got prime ministers, we got musicians, we got lots of people together. And those were some of the lighter moments. And there were more serious issues that we had to deal with, like support that EI had to lend to Ghana for the protracted industrial dispute that was taking place there, and many others. One of the things that I like to ask of you today, though, is that when you send out letters asking for support for other unions across the globe, I'm almost begging you this morning to respond. Because many others do respond when we have issues, and we really have to stand together. One of the union mantras is solidarity forever, and we have to remain solidarity with each other. I have the privilege of meeting a lot of our sisters and brothers from far from places in the globe, and I'll share this with you. We are privileged. We are privileged in the Caribbean. We don't want to lose anything, and we'll never get to a place where we say it's okay. I'm very clear on that. But when I think of persons who are sitting in jail, when I think of colleagues who have not got a salary in months, when I think of people who can't travel because they are from the union, when I think of a story that was told to me of someone who kept applying for a visa, and the visa kept being denied, and eventually the visa was granted, and the person was turned back at the port of entry. So there are many things that are taking place right across the globe that we are not just our experience, but it doesn't mean that we don't stand in solidarity with others. The Caribbean presence is back at Education International. It is strong, and I can share this with you, brothers and sisters, my colleagues. The appetite for the Caribbean participation is very much. The memorandum of understanding was to be signed. One of the decisions that we took was to do a short one in so that we could do a longer one that would be aligned with the Congress cycle, so there would be no visiting of the MOU. The only thing I would ask, and it is not an ask to say it is not being done, is just to say to you, please let us ensure that we use all of the support that we get from our colleagues very wisely. We account for it and we report very clearly on it. Those things are, the attention is paid very keen to those things, because funding is done everywhere, and EIS had to take some serious decisions to cut back on some aspects of how things are done. For example, not to replace staff members and so on, because the office is located in Belgium, and Belgium has an indexation clause in their negotiation agreements. So once the inflation passes a certain point, then there has to be a salary increase that's commensurate with it. I I share with you, please let us be as accountable as we can for everything that comes our way. There is strong appetite for what happens in the Caribbean. I want to thank you as well for your participation in the global surveys, the webinars that are put on. A recent one which I registered for and missed because of travel, the decolonization of education. We may think that these surveys are speaking about countries that are not related to us, but we have to get in and make sure that our voices are heard. No one is going to speak on our behalf. Everyone wants to speak on their behalf. I give you an example. I was on the resolutions committee, and I wanted to be the one to move the teacher shortage resolution. Because it's global, it's worldwide. And by the time I got in and said I wanted to teach shortage, somebody from Europe had taken that resolution already. Somebody on the board. And that's to show you how topical it is and how present it is in everyone's life and their work experience. So do surveys as I share them with you, as they are shared with you. Again, our presence at the World Congress was strongly felt. There were so many issues that were being dealt with. The Israeli-Palestine situation, I don't know how to describe it best. I saw the Secretary General from JTA and the President of CUT, Dr. Aston and Dr. Nessie, getting up their bags and looking like they were going to run out of the room when the excitement was on and the flags were being waved and the Israelis were saying nothing. But one of the things that warms my heart is the fact that we had very strong female representation at Congress. They put their hands together for the region. We made it. At the most recent meeting, we had a number of issues. I spoke very strongly to teacher shortage migration issues, and I think I spoke so strongly to the candidate that I see my photograph on the article on the EI website with to do with the statement to COP29. We are actually admired in the EI circle for resilience. We are in the earthquake, zone, we are in a hurricane zone, and we are having serious drought issues. And there are issues that we have too. But they actually look to us to see how it is that we just bounce back from all of these issues. And so don't believe for any one moment that you are just a dot here. You are not. Thank you very much for all that you do. And the last thing I would like to got in on a quota, kind of. This year, I am sure I got in on my own right. And that was because you supported me. So I could speak as eloquently as I could and as clearly as I could about Caribbean issues. I gave you no veto in voting for me. So thank you very much. Blessings. And I will do my best to make the difference I can at that level.
We now hear from Sister Christine Sampson.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. I am Christine Sampson Clark. I'm a 9th grade math special education teacher from New Jersey, United States. Yesterday, I did not want to raise my hand when the professor asked how I was a math teacher, because I didn't think I could answer the question. So, no. On behalf of our president, Becky Pringle, who is now the vice president of the North American Caribbean Union of EI, which I'm so excited for your support for that. I'm so honored to be here. I want to thank the CUT president, Dr. Anderson, vice president, Dee Frito, and General Secretary Bern Charles for inviting us to the conference. And I want to thank the Antigua Union for hosting. It's beautiful. I've never been here before, and I'm just happy. It's wonderful. As President Pringle constantly reminds us, we forced us, we volunteered, but no one forced us to do this work. We do it that we do, we honor the children that we serve, and honor our members. We get to protect our children, uplift them, and provide an opportunity so that every child in every part of the world can live into their brilliance. As the keynote speaker yesterday, Professor Robson shared, it is our job to provide an education that helps lead to the success for all our babies, whether they are from crib to career. It is through this opportunity that you are providing this year, this education opportunity, we can hone our professional development, that we can go into our professional knowledge. And as we respect professions in the realm of education, that we continue to grow ourselves. And let's be honest, no one wants to be a dinosaur. So let's continue to be great. And I love this, along with the Caribbean Union teachers.
Thank you, Sister Christine. Now invite Sister Rashida, and she represents the National Association of Schoolmasters Union of Women Teachers. Please welcome.
We branded ourselves as a teachers union. That's quite a mouthful, but thank you so much for inviting me. It's a real privilege. The Caribbean Union of Teachers, thank you so much. And I want to give a little bit of story. In England, we have the Caribbean School Teachers Association, and there are 500 members. Okay, so we have a large representation in our union. We felt it was really important that we come here and make those connections, because that is what those members actually want. So I'm going to pass those details on. And it is a real privilege to be attending here. Yesterday we heard that Antigua Sweeter Day. It was yesterday, and I can say that it is. So it's absolutely amazing to be here. I was really interested in the AI conversations that were yesterday. So we've got 12 principles for ethical development and application of AI. But actually, it comes back to our core purpose as a union, right? Which is to protect the lawful rights and interests of teachers, school leaders, and learners. So whenever anything such as AI comes along, we go back to our core principles as union members, and that is what it's about. We are here to protect our members, make sure we get the best for them. We've got some real issues in the which may also occur here, and it's to do with privacy rights. We've got employers that are actually collecting information off of social media and using that to judge performances of teachers. Okay, so that's something that's starting to occur. Teachers, new qualified teachers, in those from the Caribbean, that come over to the UK, are being asked to give their social media passwords and issues such as that. So we are fighting under what we call the GDPR protection rules. We also, in the UK, we're trying to establish who makes the decision about the design, development, recruitment, and applications of systems and technology, and what happens to that data set. It's very interesting to hear what was happening yesterday. We're clear. We're not here for the ministry or the local authority. That's kind of a piece. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. Technological systems are being used in a new different way. We are making sure that we have a real push of collective bargaining. It becomes part of those agreements, because that is where our members are being protected nationally. Okay, so that's really, really important. We've got a big amount of longitudinal, so quite interesting to hear. And when I was workshop yesterday, I did give some of the learnings that we had. But sometimes we have a longitudinal curriculum, and it's based on assessment points, and you lose the creativity out of your curriculum. So please be cognizant about involving discussions, and you don't want to lose the essence of what curriculum actually is about. So thank you so much. It's short and brief, but again, real privilege for us to be here. We are going to work really closely with our Caribbean teachers in UK, because we think that's incredibly important for us to do. We want the voices of all of our teachers, all our members to be heard. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much again.
I recognize President Dr. Anderson and the executive of the Caribbean Union of Teachers. I also recognize the president of Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers as our host, and I recognize the executive of the Education Committee of CUT, all other specially invited guests, all colleagues across the Caribbean and outside of the Caribbean. Everyone, good morning to you. So I am actually Diane Abel Jeffrey. I'm not Diane Jeffrey. There's a difference. Okay. So I'm from beautiful island of Florida. And it is my pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of the Caribbean Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, affectionately known as CAPS. It is also a great privilege and pleasure to be invited to be part of this, I would say, prestigious event. It emphasizes the importance of collaboration. Just being part of this as an association of principals, because whether we want to accept it or not, there is actually, just as we have the digital divide, actually a divide among educators, unfortunately. And it happens maybe more in some of our territories than others, but it is there, where we see that there is a divide between leaders at the schools as principals and the leaders who are teachers, because we are all leaders. So unfortunately that occurs, and it is my dream that this divide would be eliminated, sorry. Don't twist it. All right. I really must say that being part of this is a step in the right direction. I've heard that we've always been a part of, and I know that my brother, Mafi, is there, he's a part of this, and he's also a part of the Caribbean Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, so he's a very important link. But I'm hoping that we will all come together because we all have the same objective, and that is education. Education is at the core of what we do. We want to ensure that our children learn. And in order for our children to learn, we must have quality teachers. And principals, of course, but to have the quality teachers, and in my territory, for example, my union represents me. And I know there are many other territories where the union also represents teachers and principals. So we consider ourselves as teachers too, the master teachers. And that's why we need to unite and not have that division. So we're moving forward with that in mind. When I reflect on what we have done so far, it's very, very, very it's very important, those things that because this is what we are encountering today in our region and across the world globally. We have seen the surge in terms of the use of AI, generative AI in education, and we must be prepared for that. So as we prepare for the improvements in our education system, we must come together and ensure that we have everything in place to ensure that our educators are properly prepared for the task ahead, and so our students will benefit immensely. So thank you again for the opportunity to be here on behalf of the Caribbean Association of Principals continuation of what was started yesterday as we move into today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Diane Abel, for presenting. I will now take a quick shift and ask my colleague Nalika to start our panel discussion. A few housekeeping matters, I'm asking everyone to please put your phones on silent while you are having a session so we can focus on the presenters or my colleagues.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Day 2, Moving Beyond Benchmarks. My name is Nalika Watson. I am the General Secretary of the Y2, Windward Islands Teachers Union, and I will be serving as the moderator for this session. You'll be hearing from Dr. Dwayne Dice and Dr. Judy Villanova. But before we get started, let me take a few minutes of your time to get acquainted with our speakers. Dr. Dwayne Dice, born in Kingston, Jamaica, and raised in the hills of St. Anne by his grandparents, is the founder and CEO of Education Solutions International, a nonprofit organization based in New York. Dr. Dice has his first classroom experience in various private and public schools in Jamaica, Florida, Washington, D.C., and New York. His experience across implementing mentorship programs, on professional development, and DEI work. Interviews on higher as well as extensive educational leadership work within the Caribbean diaspora. For this, Dr. received an award for distinguished service to nation building and education in 2021. And the UK Dice Scholarship Education by the Jamaican Association in December 2020. Dice earned his bachelor's in Catholic Management, both a master's in education leadership and a master's in teaching and learning from St. Mary's University. Education, Leadership, and Management from St. Thomas University, a Master's in Public School and Leadership from Christ's College, Columbia University, a superintendent license from the Minnesota State University, professional certificate in Leadership and Innovation from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Dr. G. Villanova. Dr. Julie Villanova is a co-founder and chief financial officer of Education Solutions International. For students in school communities through scholarships, grants, and professional development training. Dr. Villanova serves as Director of Policy Education in the Office of Curriculum, Instruction, and Programming in the Division of Teaching and Learning at the Department of Education, New York City. She previously served as Director of Policy and Engagement to the Chief Academic Office. Dr. Villanova has served as training services within the Office of the General Counsel, which led to 1,600 public schools, met state requirements, and chartered priorities to protect and housing multilingual learners and students with disabilities. She has also served as Director of Operating Policy and Research Operations, which is the CT implementation of the school food program. English students increase learning outcomes. The is awarded being Masters in International Affairs and Environment in the School of Public Engagement at the New School. She earned Leading Excellence and Equity Certificate from Harvard Graduate School of Education, her Doctor of Law and Policy degree from Northeastern University. She's a member of the Classified Fraternity and a member of MENSA, the International High IQ Society. Let's welcome Dr. Dwayne Dice and Dr. Villanova, data analysis and synthesis for teacher
Verses are we're going to talk about two conferences. We're going to talk about time. I want you to take the information and take it back to the rest of the union and the Association of the Caribbean and Cameroon to make some gap in education. I want to see writing and facility and Mrs. Antonia Tika de Freitas, thank you so much, as well as the DTA in Jamaica, Dr. Nicely and his team, and Mr. President, Mark Nicely, Mark Smith, so many marks. I shouldn't have Mark. I feel like home. When we got we're down and I saw the mountains, oh my God, it feels like Jamaica. It's not. And someone mentioned, I was sitting beside the plane and said, you need to try the road fuel. And still at first, we came off and then we asked the lady, you know, we need to try more. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, so this is what I need to look at. If you want to know more about us, you can look at our website, or Google Solutions International. We're very popular on the first, which is very awesome. So we're going to overview in terms of national and look at some challenges, diverse education across elements, and the resources very limited because they are we need to the infrastructure we want to look at. Then we look at data-driven decision making, but on the tomorrow morning. So these are some of the key indicators across the Caribbean. And these, if you look at the exercise afterwards, at the bottom of the sometimes this the research sources of this data that you can look into even more. And the average rate across the Caribbean is 95. And this is based on 2020 UNESCO studies. The World Bank in 2022 published that it has the lowest, approximately 60%. We're doing this at first. Back to the beginning. Our topic is data analysis for teacher development and student performance. We said if we need to be performance our student success, we need to look back at what is happening research and what is happening with data across the region based on these people who are collecting the data organization. So that is both is student performance. And student performance is student success. Student success. And it doesn't happen on one test. It's cannot be just so those are just diligent